Hey, I've been self-quarantined for 2 weeks because I had a sore throat. Luckily, the antibiotics worked, and it's going to be a while before things get back to normal or relatively normal. Um, I think there's going to be 3 more weeks of self-quarantine in New York City. The news is depressing. It said that 200 people died in New York City alone in a day or two, and I think it's an adjustment for everyone. At first, I was not going to blog or do anything online, but I think now is the time to, if you are self quarantined and can't go out and um, have to take a break from work, now is the time to really brush up and learn these skills on technology. So I got a Kindle, I got a laptop. I'm trying to be productive at home, which I never had to work from home, so it's an adjustment. But I feel like now I'm starting to get a little productive, and things are getting better for me. There's still a lot of people having hardships right now, but I think indoor exercise is good. I think exercising every day is good. Like I kind of struggled with exercise for a long time because I kind of try to do swimming, weightlifting, running. I try to do it all at once and then do it 2, 3 times a week at the Y, and that's great. But after a month, I stop and not do it. The thing I like about the Royal Canadian Air Force exercise plan, the 5B thing, it really helps you do it. The thing is, you do it every day, and you do these levels. So you start at a D minus, and you do that by age. In the 40s, they recommend to spend 7 days at each level. So you slowly progress up. For people in their 20s, it's 2 days. So I don't know if the age stuff is dated with this plan, but it does help to see you progress. And I also like it better compared to YouTube videos because you can kind of memorize it. You don't have to stare at the screen to see what pose you're supposed to do. You just kind of memorize the exercises and the steps, and it's fairly easy to do. Basically, the Royal Canadian Air Force 5BX plan was created in the 1950s by the Canadian Air Force, meant for people that are stuck inside in the cold Canadian winters. And in the 1960s, it actually sold 23 million copies. So it was a big thing in the early to mid to late 60s. And my dad recommended it for me for years because I think they kind of knew that, I have been consistent with skateboarding, but nothing else since. I just haven't been consistent with exercise in my adult life, to be honest with myself. Like ever since I was in my mid 20s, and that's 15 years. I've never been at I've always wanted to exercise and be in shape, but I've never actually been that in shape. And I feel like I'm getting steps there. I've also did a plant-based diet starting basically after Thanksgiving, and things are good. But what the thing with the 5BX plan, it does, you progress slowly, but the thing is you do it every day because I think people are just meant to move every day, so it's good to get going. Okay, I guess I'm already on the running portion, so this voiceover, it's a lot to talk for 10 minutes. But first, the 5BX plan is like 5 basic exercises. So the first one where I reach down and touch my toes, that's kind of a stretching exercise. It also works some muscles I'm not aware of. But the second one, you're kind of doing crunches. And I am worried about chart 2. You're supposed to do a full sit-up with your legs straight. And reading online, that's not really recommended anymore. They don't recommend that you do full sit-ups, and especially in ones with your feet flat. But I don't even know if I could do it because if you notice on the crunches, some of my legs would kind of come up a little bit. So when I get to chart 2 in I guess about a week or so or less, I might put my feet under the table and just do regular sit-ups. But yeah, I guess I started this in mid-February, I guess, and it's after in early January I canceled my Y membership because I just kind of realized I'm not consistent enough to to go there. And then I tried yoga. I tried yoga videos. I tried this one on Amazon Prime called the 30-day yoga challenge with Jess. And I lost weight pretty quickly in January doing that. I was averaging losing 2 pounds a week during that time, but it was a good thing. But then all of a sudden, in like the fifth or sixth day of it, like they kind of, I was on the position was you were on your back with your feet on the floor, and then you kind of were supposed to put your hands behind your back and arch your back so you were a bridge. And like I did, but I was like, what am I doing? I could like twist my neck pretty easily doing that. I could injure myself in my own apartment. So I think now that today is the last day that I'm taking antibiotics, so I think I am better and clear to maybe do some more exercise. So I think that I might do the 5BX in the morning, and then maybe midday do a beginner yoga workout through on YouTube or whatever. Somebody recommended Adriene, Yoga with Adriene. And there's a bunch of yoga videos online for free. There's other exercise tapes too. I'm sure you can find calisthenics exercise things too. But I ordered a new skateboard that's coming in, and I thought about skating, but this self-quarantine, it's serious. It's no one really knows how this virus spreads. So my question, it does say like it stays on the surface of steel for a long time. So that means if you go to a park, somebody touched the coping with it and you fall or touch the coping, it's not really known if it transfers through concrete or if the sun kills it or not. So yeah, I don't know. I've reached so much online. I feel more connected now to news because I'm keeping up to news with the New York Times app, and I'm keeping up with the news with the PBS.org. They share their news hour every night after it airs. So for like 7 to 8, that it airs online, then they show it online on YouTube after that. So I'm keeping up with the news, and I read somewhere or saw online that if somebody sneezes that has a coronavirus, it actually sprays 10 feet in the air to them, and even the social distancing is 6 feet. So who knows? And it's rained the past 2 days, so it has been. Looking at my window on the boardwalk in Rockaway, it is quiet now. But on Friday, it was sunny, it was nice and warm, and people were out on the boardwalk, people were walking, and I was able to go for a walk. I walked down to 86th Street on the beach, and I went on the boardwalk to just check up on the skate park construction on the Beach 92nd part. So I walked about 2 miles. But on my way, like I saw a lot of 20-somethings just sitting in a circle drinking beer, like not, and a lot of people talking to each other, close proximity. I guess if you're couples or live with each other, it's that's probably fine to walk on a beach, close proximity. But if you don't live with someone or you're by yourself, people don't seem to be following the social distancing of. At least from what I can understand, they're not taking this seriously. But I don't know how you can follow the news and not be concerned about what's going on. It's kind of bad. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I guess back to the 5BX plan. So basically, you do 5 exercises. The first one is touch your toes. That's supposed to be done within 2 minutes. And then the second one is crunches, that's a minute. The third one is that weird one where you're on the floor and you're kicking your legs in the air. It says it's good for posture, but I'm not sure exactly what that one does. But that's supposed to be done in a minute. The push-ups are supposed to be done in a minute. And the jogging in place is supposed to be done in 6 minutes. All right, that's it.